Calling the meeting to order at 6:26 p.m. Starting with roll call. Vice Chair Buckner.
Present.
Board Member Friend.
Present.
Chair Wizard.
Present.
Perfect. Moving on to item 2, agenda review. Any change of items? No. Item 3, statement of conflict of interest. Any conflict of interest on these items? No.
No.
Moving on to item 4A, approval of meeting minutes, the meeting of July 24th, 2025. And we do have a comment from Cordell Timler.
So, good evening, Vice Chair Worsick, board members. For the record, I am Cordell Hinland. I'm a Richmond resident. So, I listened to the recording from the July meeting, and it sounded accurate. So, I don't have no problem with the minutes. So, I read it, I listened to it, and I'm hoping that this board will approve the minutes as presented.
Thank you. There's no comment online. So is there a motion?
Chair Worsick moves to approve.
I'll second.
Voting to approve the July 24th meeting minutes, starting with Vice Chair Buckner.
Yes.
Board Member Friend.
Yes.
Chair Wizard.
Yes.
Meeting minutes approved. Moving on to item 5, public comment. We do have a public comment from Cordell Timler.
Thank you. Now I'm going to do it over here now. So, good evening, Chair Worsick, board members. I am Cordell Hinland. I have some items that I'm bringing forward to placement on the February 26th agenda. So number 1 is to revise / approval of the new classification for economic development program manager. And let's see, also to include economic development specialist 1 and 2. So I'll present these around. So, and there's a third item I just added to approve, to discuss, and consider having a retreat to go over the expectations for the 2026. So number 1 is I had a conversation with Nanette Beecham at the December 10th Economic Development Commission meeting, and I brought it to her attention that she is one person overseeing 6 divisions, and I feel that it's not feasible for a department head to oversee all these divisions. So I had a conversation with her, and she was interested in in having a manager to assist her. And so I brought her to her attention. So I will be talking with her next month at the Economic Development Commission meeting. And as far as the specialists, because they should be added too, because both specialists can identify opportunities for grants and other things. So that's 2. And then the third thing is I was in conversation with the city of Hayward, and they recently had a retreat to go over the expectations, for what are some of the trends that they're seeing, in human resources. So I'm asking that if the board would consider placing these items for the February 26th agenda, and that's it.
Thank you for that. And we do have comments online. So we'll start with Michelle Moon. Michelle, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much to the board. Just wanted to voice my support for our parking enforcement division in their efforts to try to reclassify the work that they do. I wanted to speak from firsthand knowledge. I work specifically with our unhoused population, especially around the issue of encampment abatements. We have over 80 encampments of people who are unhoused citywide. The core team, which I oversee the contract for, is a team of 2, and they make contact with approximately 1,400 people every year and offer people shelter services, which of course there are never enough of, and other services before we abate encampments. Some of them are small, some of them are large. Well, parking enforcement is a huge part of that. They've taken on the role of being able to handle folks who are in RVs or vehicles. And so that encompasses a larger percentage of people than we had maybe 10 years ago, where people are residing in their vehicles and get contacted by parking enforcement. And they work closely with CORE and SOS Richmond and other providers to be able to ensure and help me that to make sure that we're in compliance with our camping ordinance to offer services before we abate vehicles. And so this is outside of the scope of what traditional parking enforcement officers do in other cities. And I think it's just important to recognize and acknowledge the work that they do. I could not function without them. I would love to see us get to a point as a city where we had an interdepartmental team, where it wasn't just my team or CORE, where we also had someone assigned from parking enforcement and other departments, where we had someone from patrol that could go out and could kind of handle these encampments together as a team. We do have a team that works together, but augmenting that team would be important. But it can't be done without parking enforcement.
Michelle, your 2 minutes are up. Thank you. Okay, it looks like we do have a comment from Kevin Tisdale. Kevin, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, your 2 minutes are starting.
Okay, thank you. Kevin Tisdale, Code Enforcement Officer, President SEIU. Thank you, Chair and the Personnel Board for convening and hearing our issues. So want to bring to a point which Michelle alluded to, parking enforcement. So this SEIU and the city met in, I think going back in April, raised some concerns about parking enforcement duties and how they're working outside of those duties. This board approved maybe a year and a half ago the crime CSI or CIS position, community intervention specialist. And prior to them being utilized, which we're thankful for that, but these jobs, the parking enforcement was doing a lot of these roles. So again, we met there. The city's supposed to be doing a survey. We haven't seen we want that survey to get done. We want, to get as much information as we can to get these people that are doing this extra work, doing this community work, properly seated in the proper position and pay, along with the other safety issues that they see. So that's our concern. And again, we want to bring to this board to, one, make you aware, and two, so that you can, imply and ask and do all the things you need to do. So with that, I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we do have one last comment from Tiara. Tiara?
Hi, can you hear
us?
me?
Perfect, yes.
Hi, my name is Tiara Gonzalez. I'm a parking enforcement representative. And I also want to just agree with what Michelle said, and also Kevin. The parking enforcement team, we do work very hard and tirelessly. We have a lot of complaints, and we all do take pride in the work that we do for the city. We do take pride in the fact that we are able to help people who are unhoused, and we have kind of been that bridge in helping connect people with services. So a lot of the work that we've done over the past few years has been out of our classification. And this is why we raise this issue, because with the new ROC position that came out, we have been more or less been fulfilling those duties. And we would like for this to be reconciled for us as a team, just to be reclassified. And we were told that there was approval for the firm study and that was going on, but we're also kind of a little stagnant on just kind of hearing new information and what exactly is going on. So if you could please help with that, we would really appreciate it. We do want to continue our work. We are proud to do it. We diligently do it. And we would just like to be, recognized for that. And with that, I'll yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you. So that is the last of our public comments. Moving on to item 6. There's nothing on the consent agenda. So moving on to item 7, new business. Inform board of upcoming annual election for chair and vice chair. So it's just information, no action taken. I'll give it over to Human Resource Director Sharon Taylor.
Good evening, Chair Worsick, Vice Chair Buckner, Board Member Front, Sharon Taylor, Human Resources Director. I wanted to put this on the agenda just to inform you of what is coming up at the next meeting. We will have our annual election for the chair and vice chair. This is our normal annual practice, but I kind of wanted to give you just information and a heads up to know that this will be occurring at our next meeting.
Thank you.
And, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, and that next meeting is planned for January, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we do have a comment on this item from Cordell.
Thank you. So, good evening again, Chair Worsick, board members. For the record, I am Cordell Henlon. Do have concern about that item because I was thinking to myself, we only have 3 board members, so what I would suggest is, like, you know, I was gonna wait till hold off on the elections until we have more, till these seats are filled, because right now we only have 2 seats open. So I'm thinking, like, if we can just suggest to hold up the elections until we get the seats, you know, filled, then we can proceed with the elections. So that would be a suggestion, you know, like to hold up on the elections until the seats, 2 remaining seats are filled. That's it.
Thank you, Cordell.
No problem.
Okay. Since there's no action, moving on to item 8, there's no unfinished or old business. Item 9, there's no review or issuance of subpoenas. Item 10, there's no consideration of problems and reports. So item 11, adjournment.
I, Vice Chair, move for adjournment.
Okay. Adjourn at 6:38 p.m.
Well,